I spent $16.50 at the thrift store this week, and I can't wait to show you what I got. Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie from the Farmhouse Mom. Welcome to another episode of Friday Finds, where I shop my 3 favorite thrift stores near my small town of under 1,000 people, and then I share with you what I got for the week. I actually have been thrifting for quite a few weeks, and I've missed a couple of episodes of Friday Finds, so some of these I got last week and some of them I got this week, but we're gonna jump right into it, and I'm gonna share, as always, share with you my favorite piece. So I got this at the swap meet a couple of weeks ago, and this is by far my favorite. I got these for $1, so it's 50 cents each, and they are the cutest little brass mid-century candle holders. And if you saw my short that I put up, I thought about, so some of these items, most of these items I do keep. Some of them I give as gifts, and some of them I sell on my Poshmark shop. But I saw that these were somewhat valuable, and I made a little short thinking, should I sell them or should I keep them? But I'm going to keep these. These will be so beautiful for Christmas, and just think how cute these will look on a little holiday or even like a fall table. So I am going to keep these, and this is my favorite item. And I also have another item that is really valuable. Let me grab that. And I've been working out in the garden and the greenhouse a lot, so my hands are very dirty, so I'm going to try to, hopefully they don't look too bad. But I'm going to be honest, I saw this and I was not really interested in it. I thought it was almost like a child's, like a homemade type of, pottery or whatever, and then I turned it over and I saw that it was marked. That's a good sign if you are just beginning to shop and for vintage items, or if you're shopping for gifts or reselling. If something is marked, that's a good sign that it's may be worth a little bit of something. But this is an Aldo Bondi piece, and I went on a Facebook group to see if anybody could help me identify it. The closest thing that I saw on eBay, it was a $268 bowl, and she said that she thought this was made in Florence. So I got this for 25 cents. And I right now have it on my bathroom counter with my jewelry in it, and it looks really beautiful. And obviously the closer you look at it, you can see that it is very precise, and this is in fact not a child's project. It's a really beautiful piece of pottery. So those are my 2 favorite things that I got. All right, I think I'm going to start with all of the brass and copper things that I got. I got quite a few this week. So let me grab this little bookend. Isn't that cute? It's so heavy. It's solid brass. So I got this for 25 cents. And this is something that this is something I probably would resell. Because 80s is not necessarily my style, although it is becoming super, super popular. I like the 1960s things, but it seems like the 70s and the 80s, even the 90s, are really, really popular. So I just had my 50th birthday last weekend, and so I think about 80s and 90s, and it does not seem vintage, but it is. It is quite vintage. So I got this for 25 cents. And then look how pretty this is. I think this is a Homco. Home interiors. A lot of times they'll be marked underneath, so I got a couple of other things that were marked home interiors. But I do think this is a home interiors silver plated brass. I shined it up with a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend, and it's got a little bit of tarnish on it, but isn't that pretty for 25 cents? Really cute. I feel like that would be a really cute fall, or even it would be a cute summer table. So we like to burn candles on the table. I call it restaurant dinner. That's how I teach my 2 boys to, make it a little exciting. So hopefully we can really focus on the manners. But we'll have restaurant dinner where we burn candles, and I feel like this would be really cute on the table. Okay, and then some more home interiors brass that I got. And so this is marked home interiors on the bottom. You probably can't see it, but this is a little 3-tiered candelabra. I got that for 25 cents. And then these matching ones, these seems to be much heavier and much shinier, but I got these two matching with the same little flower. These two matching little wall sconces, and I think these are really cute. I don't know, I think these might look cute to the bed for the bedroom. I'm not sure. I have a couple of brass sconces, just, you know, plain. They're a little more plain. This is a little too kind of cutesy for me, but cottage core is a really big deal with the young kids. They like things with, you know, flowers on it and those type of things. So it's really popular right now. Anything else I got? This little brass or copper little leaf for 25 cents. Isn't that cute for fall? I don't know why, but as soon as summer hits, like the mid swing of summer, I start longing for fall. It's very silly, but I am really enjoying my summer. But isn't that pretty? A cute little copper fall leaf. And then I got a couple of Homco butterflies. So this is the precursor to, as you probably know, precursor to home interiors. I got this little butterfly set. And again, these are really popular with the cottagecore vibe, as the young kids say. Cute little butterflies that you could put on the wall. And then also, I think this was a set of 3, but I just had 1. And I thought that was really pretty too. I'm going to ask my nieces if they want these, because they kind of like that style of decoration. Okay, I have 3 more brass things. So I got this awesome, it even still has a little tag underneath it, and Planter Incorporated, solid brass, made in Chicago. Isn't that so pretty? I have been using it to put my seed packets in, but I really should make it into a planter and put it on my kitchen window, maybe put some herbs or something in it. I think it would look really cute with like 3 little, you know, I could get 3 little pots and put that. Isn't that so cute for 25 cents? Okay, and a couple of other metal things that I got. I got this International Silver Company, and I shined it up. There's one little spot on it over here beside me. There's one little spot on it, but I like to put these on the table, in the center of the table, and put like my butter, my salt and pepper, and all of that. I think it looks really pretty. So I got this for 25 cents. And then I also, for 25 cents, got this Oneida, really beautiful, heavy serving tray. So this is a little bit more tarnished. And I did use some silver polish on it. And I don't know really how to get the deeply tarnished spots off. I was reading that you have to get something a little bit more acidic, and if you have any tips on how to get like the more tarnished parts of silver off, if it's possible, let me know in the comments. But I thought that was really, really pretty, and it's really nice and heavy. Okay, and now we're going to move to the crystals. So I have been finding a ton of crystal lately. So I got this little crystal bell. Isn't that pretty? I got that for 25 cents. And then I got this set of crystal candlestick for $3. So they're really pretty, and I thought they weren't 25 cents each, but for $1.50 each. I really, really loved these. I thought these were really gorgeous, and I just like the height of them, and I just really like them. So I got these for $3. And yesterday I found these vintage crystal candlesticks for 25 cents each. And then I got these, the pair, for 25 cents. Aren't these really cute? These beautiful little, made in the USA, these cute little crystal candlesticks. Okay, and then I got this for my husband, still in the box. So we have been trying to turn the garage into a little bar area and a place to put like the foosball table for the boys. But I got this Thomas Edison, I believe, yeah, Thomas Edison the Wizard of Menlo Park, this little decanter. So I looked and it did not originally come with a cork, I don't think. So I just will have to find like a little cork or a little decanter lid for it. Okay, and you're not gonna believe me. I know you're not gonna believe me, but I got this clock for 25 cents. So it is all right, I always put the information up here to the right. So I'm gonna put the information of the name of this. I think this is I thought it was like a, I can't remember. I cannot remember the name of what this clock is, but this is a beautiful, heavy German clock, and it's not working. So the little mechanisms there, the keys that you turn, it seems to be really tight. So I am going to attempt to Google and see if there's anything, like any small things that I can do without like taking it apart. But if not, I'm gonna see if anybody in town, or I'm just gonna Google and see if anybody can repair clocks. But I got this, can you believe I got this for 25 cents? Now it doesn't work, so, but it is in great shape and I really think it can be repaired. So I didn't get any, my grandfather made clocks, and let me put this down. My grandfather put together clocks and made the wood and put the mechanisms in them, and I did not get any of his clocks. There's a couple of family members that did, but I was not one of them. So it just reminded me of my grandpa, and I just, as a child, I just always remember being in my grandma's house and just hearing the, you know, that sound of the gong when it was the half hour and then when it was the hour. So I'm hoping that I can get that fixed for a nominal fee. I think that is all of the metal, so we're gonna move on to the glass. So I got this Fostoria ashtray. So these are really collectible. I probably will be selling these. I'm not a smoker, so. And then I also got this, I think this is Hazel Atlas, this little ashtray. Isn't it so pretty? I got this really beautiful stoneware for 25 cents. I think my sister collects these. And so I'm gonna see if she wants this, and if not, I really would like to put like my sponges and things like that beside the sink. I think that would look really cute. I also got these, I don't think these are Indiana glass. What are these? These might be Anchor Hocking. I think these are Anchor Hocking. Aren't these pretty? So I got these for $1 for the pair. So 50 cents each. And a lot of times I won't buy just like one small little bowl, but because it was a pair, I thought this would look really cute for Christmas. And you could even, I feel like you could even use it as a candle holder if you wanted to. But I think this would be really cute to put out on the table for Christmas. All right, another bowl that I got, I've never encountered this. This is Vintage Luster American Atelier. I don't know how to say that. But it says made in China. So usually when I say made in China, it's not something that I'm interested in. But I do think that, and you know, dishwasher and microwave safe, obviously that's gonna be a newer type of dish. But I think this might be a 70s. But it's so beautiful. It's really, really pretty. And I think this would be so gorgeous for summer and for fall. I got this vintage little apple-shaped canister for 25 cents. Isn't that cute? And then I got this, so I don't think I've showed this to you. I've been thrift shopping a lot the last month, and I've only put a couple of videos up, so I don't think I've showed this to you. I've got this over a month ago, but I got this Hazel Atlas apple-shaped bowl for 25 cents. It is so heavy and so cute. So my boys love apples, and so it's such a cute little thing to have out on the counter and have it full of apples, and it's really great condition, nice and heavy. But this was probably one of my favorites as well. So one of my favorite things to collect is dishes. I do love the brass, but honestly, I like the dishes and the serving utensils and just anything that has to do with like hosting a dinner. Those are my favorite things. So anytime I see something like this, there's no chips in it, really great paint condition. And so I always will pick something up like this. And I feel like these are really easy to mix and match. I have a plaid plate that I got a couple months ago that would look really cute for late fall, and I think this will look cute with it. Okay, so I got 2 vases. I'm usually not real crazy on vases, but since we've started the greenhouse and I've started the beginnings of my lavender farm, one of the ideas I have is, along with lavenders, I also want to grow other flowers. And so one of the ideas I have is to have cut flowers and then sell them in vintage vases. And so if I can get something like this, it's really beautiful. It is fine porcelain. Isn't this so pretty? It's got some gold around the rim for 25 cents, and then put some flowers. I feel like that just might be a, you know, unique thing to offer to people, to have like a really beautiful vintage piece, and then also to get fresh flowers. So those are just some ideas that I have in my head for next spring, when hopefully I get to the point where I'm having my flower beds and I have flowers for sale. Okay, and that's the reason that I bought this for $2. I thought it was just really pretty. So it says made in Taiwan, Republic of China. And I don't know, I just thought this was really gorgeous, even for the fall. Just like such a statement piece to have this. So I bought so I got this for $2, but also at the 25-cent store, I have been looking for a big like buffet or dresser to put in my entryway there, and I found it. So I have it halfway stripped. It's not stripped all the way. I think I got it for $10, yeah. But I thought, well, this, even if I don't offer this for sale to put flowers in, this would look really beautiful for the fall and even for the winter time to have something in. So I thought this was a great, great find for $2. And I got a couple of Christmas things. So I found 2 of these for 25 cents each at the 25-cent store. And, you know, I just thought they were really cute. They're wire, and I thought, oh, these are probably from the dollar store or whatever, but you know, I like them. And I looked, and they were for Pier 1, so super fancy. I think they were like $12 each. So I'm excited for these for Christmas. And something that probably one of my top things that I found as well, I got for 25 cents for all of them, not 25 cents each, but for 25 cents for all of them. Watch, I'm going to break them as I'm showing them to you. I got these vintage Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas. So there's 6 of them, and then on each side, you know, there's the 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming. So they do just a traditional red and gold Christmas tree, but I don't know, maybe I will do more of a blue and white, or we have 2 Christmas trees. I usually set one over here, and that's our Santa tree, and then we have a big area here where I do the larger tree. But maybe I'll need to get a 3rd tree, who knows. But aren't those so pretty? I just thought they were so cute, and they're so big too to put on a Christmas tree. I've seen some of them online. So I think this was kind of something that you did in the 70s, where there's a lot of pottery that you painted yourself. And not just the 70s, I've seen things from even like the 1920s and 30s. So I saw some really colorful ones that were painted, and to be honest, I probably would prefer the colorful ones, but the blue and white ones are really pretty too. Okay, and then I got 2 plates. So I got this 1988, this Romeo and Juliet. So again, this is something that I feel like somebody might enjoy. So I did not purchase this for myself. I purchased this to sell. But again, it goes with that like romantic cottage core vibe, and it's really pretty. It's a really pretty little pink plate. But something I got for myself is this Wedgwood. A Wedgwood made in England. And it says mother on it. Okay, I think that is everything. However, if you are a regular viewer, you might notice that I have a new hutch. I got this gorgeous Drexel buffet for $50 on Facebook Marketplace. They had it listed for $70. I asked if they would take $50, and they did. And then when I went and looked online, I saw it for like $1,800. For $50, I feel like it looks so much better than the other one. I really like my other one too that I got for $5. But this kind of brings everything up. I don't have it decorated quite the way I want it. I actually just kind of have it shoved full of all of my china, but I really, really love it. I like the lighter color, and I feel like it looks a lot better. It makes everything look a little bit bigger here. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode of Friday Finds, and I will see you Tuesday. I hope you have a great weekend.